Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L and here we are to talk Black Clover chapter 200, my thoughts and my impressions. Man, I feel like the last few chapters of Black Clover have been really worthwhile. They have been really good for like talking about. So you Black Clover fans, I hope you're down for listening to this guy ramble about his thoughts. So, you know, I read some of the comments for the Black Clover manga and when this one was released. And, you know, I think it's funny. We live in a post-Naruto world such that any solution that comes about by people talking to each other, it's very likely that people are going to compare it to Naruto's talks with his villains. It's just what happens when you have a really popular series, and Black Clover, which is always compared to Naruto. But you know, in this case, I do think there is a lot to be said that Black Clover did things, I think, in a more tasteful way, or at least in a slightly different way than what Naruto did. And I really enjoy Asta's retribution type talk, or his redemption type talk. I'm really a fan of it. You know, it's funny because earlier this week I made a joke about I cannot believe Asta is that deep, because there was an image of the ending song and Asta looking really cool. But this chapter, the kind of like complexity of thought that Asta showed off in this particular chapter just kind of elevates him for me. Like, Asta does have a bit of a character arc. It's very slow going. But this is not the same Asta that once upon a time could not understand why people were killing themselves in order to accomplish their goals. Like, this is an Asta that has some more nuance in his thought pattern. And mind you, guys, I can't show you any pictures from the chapters because Shonen Jump has just been a bit more aggressive after I uploaded the One Hero Academia video this past week. So this is just going to be a single image type video. But yeah, anyway, some of my highlights for this chapter are pretty much Asta saying that he's not going to forgive this person. Asta like remembering how much he loved the Magic Emperor. Asta experiencing the pain that the elves are actually going through. And I think this is one of those big ones. You know, like, it's always kind of dicey when authors do this in all mediums, you know, when they say that a character is experiencing an extreme pain, but whenever it comes to like this level of emotional pain, or a pain that doesn't really show itself very easily, you know, a pain without consequences to the character's battle potential, it gets kind of dicey because readers have a harder time validating that as a worthy trade-off. But in terms of justifying this kind of redemption like talk, I think it's really important because this is something that Asta has over the other people who have this talk. When Asta's walking up to this guy, he has experienced what this kid has been through. And I think because of that, you get to have like that really excellent line of Asta saying that the soul is just some kid that didn't grow up past a certain point. I think that was like the start of like the really good part of the Asta's talk, just him being aware of that. So, you know, overall, I think Asta's conversation with this kid has a lot of weight to it. And I really like that Asta still doesn't like this kid, that he's still angry at this kid, but he's pushing for, we need all the help we can get, and if you started this, you're gonna work off whatever sins you have going on with you. I really like that idea. Like, things haven't just been made easy. You are still trying to get value out of this person who screwed the situation up to such a horrible degree. Now, mind you, when you look in broad strokes and you take away the context, what you ultimately have here is a main character talking to a villain and getting them to join their side. That's the general broad strokes, right? That's the trope that we've just seen here. But I think the context justifies why it works here, and I did like the back and forth for these characters. Now, Asta's chat with this kid is probably one of my favorite parts of the chapter, but we had to talk about another character that I think was also kind of worthwhile, and that is Liar. Because Liar, is that yeah, I think that's his name. You guys all know what I'm talking about, the lie detector. I really like his character. I think his character has subtle nuance. I think his character has had subtle nuance for a very long time, and I really love the bit where he's just getting healed by our resident plant queen. I have trouble recalling her name. I think it's Mimosa, but I really like that. I think that was a really powerful scene, not because she was just healing him and that's worthy of something, but because of what Liar himself has always known. So I like that. It adds more nuance to the character, because like this is a character that knows that there are good people on both sides, that there is someone worthwhile in the humans. Like, he has had this character trait within him for a long time. He's pointed out how conflicted he was about things going on, how much he actually knew. So I love that the author is continuing this kind of idea with the character. I think he's very worthwhile, and I hope he becomes part of the counterattack crew. I would really love to see them get involved. Now, as we go through these this chapter, what I'm really wondering is, well, what happens next? What are we gonna do with the actual real Lich? Is there something else going on? Like, what's the next step here? I'm really excited, man. I want to see what's gonna happen. I think Black Clover has been on a wonderful streak for these last couple of chapters. I'm really feeling it. So guys, let me know what you thought down below. It's a bit of a short video, but it's really there's only so much I can say about what I really enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below, and till next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day, and yeah, wonderful stuff.